All right, welcome to the studio. Echosmith is here.
I know. Welcome back, you guys.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
We've got Sydney and Noah and Graham.
Correct.
I think it's been a couple years since you were here.
Yeah, it's been like 2 almost.
And thank you for making time, because I know you guys, you have a show tonight.
Yes.
It's almost the end of this tour, but then you just announced a summer tour. Like, you are busy already.
Yeah, we have a pretty full schedule, which is actually a good problem, though, because I'm having so much fun on this tour that I'm actually really sad that this is the second to last show. So I'm glad that I have, this next summer tour to look forward to and think, okay, well, it's not over, and we're going to probably tour again after that. Again.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of touring to come, but it's been my favorite
But
tour
you have
so
like
far.
different tours all the time, right? Every year you do a tour, whatever. I don't know how it works, but like every tour represents something. So you said this one's really, really fun. Yeah. Like, what do you think makes it that way? Is it just, because it's always different. Is it just an energy thing or
I
good
think
crowds?
The energy that the fans are bringing to these shows feels really rich
Oh,
and really
cool.
special. And it's kind of felt like, I don't know, like better than ever before.
Yeah.
Even
That's
at, like,
nice.
I don't know, the heights of Cool Kids and stuff. Like, people were really excited, but now there's like this depth
Passion,
to it,
yeah.
and this passion that just is kind of mind blowing.
Oh,
Every night,
wow.
we're like, wow, people like us. It feels good.
Oh my gosh, I like you too. It's so cute. Like, I love having crowds where you just kind of never know what's going to happen, because of course we have a pretty set show, but just interacting with the crowd can totally change, whatever. It could change anything. But even when they like say something to you and yell like, I love you, or where'd you get your shirt, or just like random things like that, it just makes the show extra memorable for us, because our whole goal this whole tour has been to connect with our fans in a million different ways, and it really feels like that's actually happening.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Nice.
I think it's amazing when you figure out who your people are.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember how long you guys have actually been a band. Obviously, been a long time since you're,
like
brothers and
13
sisters.
years.
Thank you.
Well, and if you're listening to this or watching and you're new, you are siblings.
We are,
So
yes.
you've
That's-
technically known each other your whole life.
Forever.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But the band formed when? 2012, 2011?
Well, really, it started when I was 9, and I'm going to be 23 in a month. So
Okay.
Wow.
that's like
Good Lord.
13 years, isn't it?
I feel like you've lived
14?
like 80 million lives.
Yeah, it's
'Cause you
kind of
grow up
crazy.
faster in this industry, you know?
Oh, yeah. And we've also, it's not like we were Echosmith when I was 9. You
Right.
know, we were the water bottles.
Playing
Literally. That was our first band name, just
Oh my God, how
for
cute.
fun.
Fisher Price, my first keyboard. But my point being, like, we've been on the air for 7 years, and it started with nobody knew who we were, and now we have people that listen to the show
Yeah.
and listen very passionately.
They look forward to you.
When you go out, but my point is, like, when you go out and you meet them, and you're proud of the people that listen to the show, or you're proud of the people that come to your shows and the fan base that you've created. And I saw a tweet as I was stalking the Echosmith Twitter, somebody who just was like, I love the fans. I love being in the space, in the moment at the shows, because they're all so nice and inclusive.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when you see something like that?
It makes me feel so thankful,
Yeah.
because of course it's such a good feeling to hear that, but it makes me just grateful that we have a fan base that is loving to each other, not just to us, because that kind of takes away the whole point of being a quote-unquote fandom. If you just love the artist and then you're mean to each other,
Fandom,
or you
that was the
are
word.
judging each other constantly, because I've seen that with other artists where they just are pitting each other against each other, and it's just a really toxic kind of situation to be in. But I'm glad that it's a safe space for our fans to come in, no matter who you are, where you're from.
Yeah.
You can all just come in and enjoy the music and connect on that, no matter how old you are even. I mean, we have a variety of ages that are coming to our shows that, especially this tour that I've seen, I'm like, oh my gosh, like we have literally people of every single age, whether it's, a kid or someone's grandparent.
Yeah.
And the grandparent might not even be with their kid. You know what I mean? They could be just coming, on a date that night to come see our show. And it's so cool that it's a space for anyone to come into and just, forget about their problems for a little bit.
And it's
have
gotta
some
feel
fun.
good too. Like, I'm not in music, but to see, like, to be in the room with your fans, and you work behind the scenes so hard to write, to practice, to make everything great, but you just don't know how it's going to be until you were there doing it live. Yeah. So then to experience this energy, like, oh my God, we did that? Did we do that? Like, does it still feel that way?
It does, and what I love about that too is that you get to kind of experience what songs mean the most to people in a very tangible setting.
Yeah.
Because often, like with streaming numbers and analytics and all that, you can kind of see what people are into, but you don't really see like how deeply drawn they are to a song.
Right.
And for us, it's been really cool on this tour to see, like, okay, we have this whole new record out. There's 12 songs on it. What songs are people going to be singing the most, or the loudest, really crying during and stuff?
Yeah.
And to like see that and experience that, and be able to like high-five them at the end and like have that be very physical is really special.
Oh, that is special.
Yeah, best form of research, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Staring at it. Well, no,
Literally.
For me, there are two different types of shows. There are the shows that you go to because you want to be seen there and you want to do it for the gram, and everybody's kind of milling around, having a Red Bull vodka, not really paying attention.
Right,
but I'm
right.
here because it's cool.
Because I was somewhere, yeah.
And then what I love about an Echosmith show is, not to belabor the point, but like it's cool to be there and everybody is like
there
in it
mentally. They're
in.
like present.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
When you experience a show like that, it's just so much fun.
It's so much fun. Yeah, you never want it to end. For us, we're just like, oh, I can't believe there's only 2 songs left and this is just too much fun. I don't want it to be over. But that's why you go on more tours.
Yeah. And it gives you something to look forward to, too.
Yes, and gives us a little time, because everyone has a turn getting sick on the road, and it was my turn this past week.
No.
And, things like that where it's like, it's still, the show is so amazing, so it makes up for the fact that maybe I might not be feeling 100%, but physically maybe it is, good, I guess, that there's only 2 shows left so I can,
sometimes you need to
properly rest.
As much as you love it, you're still a person, And sometimes your body's like, oh, you're
it's
so
nice to have
tired.
friends sometimes, so
Yeah.
it'll be nice to have friends for, a month or 2 and then ditch them again.
Do you guys get recognized in public?
It does. It depends on the situation, where you're at. If you're somewhere like super public or whatever, and you go through phases of like, oh my gosh, like even, sometimes it will happen at a grocery store. But then there's a lot of times where it doesn't. And even if it does, it's like at this point, I still, don't feel the need to like dress super cool everywhere I go. Because even if someone recognizes me, it's like, I don't know. I think it makes it more special to know, oh, they're so normal. I'm so normal. I love wearing my Uggs whenever I don't have to wear heels.
Uggs and PJs.
Do you do the
Literally.
pajama thing like to Starbucks for the egg bites?
On tour, I do that because
okay, I'm not judging. I'm just curious.
I do it, and I have no shame, honestly, because I feel like my PJs are cute anyway. I buy cute PJs, so I can wear them in public, and I always throw my Uggs on. I mean, I literally walked through the venue 2 days ago because I thought the green room was like easily accessible, but apparently I had to walk through the crowd to get to the green room.
That's hilarious.
And I was
to your
wearing
own
my
show?
PJs. Yep, my PJs, my Uggs, and I was like gonna change in the venue, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I like covered my face. I was a little embarrassed because I was like, okay, I'm about to play a show. It's one thing if you're at Starbucks, but I was like 10 minutes till showtime.
So
Kinda
album number 2 is out.
Yes.
Lonely Generation.
Yeah.
How with the title? Where did this come from? I know everyone asks you that, but I have to do it as well.
No, that's okay. I'm glad you ask the important questions. It means you're good at what you do. So we were just having a lot of conversations about the balance and the lack of balance, really, of, our real lives and this life that we have and present on social media. And we have talked a lot about it as a band and a family because obviously we have this Echosmith band account that, we kind of need to post on and stay engaged on and connect with our fans as much as possible on. But at the same time, it's hard to figure out like what to do. And what if you don't feel inspired to post? And what if I just am having a hard day and I don't necessarily want to show everyone, oh, look, I'm feeling perfect and my makeup is great and have a great weekend, guys. So it kind of just came out of that sort of conversation of frustration of like, what do we do? Because I feel sometimes way too invested into my phone and social media and presenting this version of myself to whoever. And we kind of realized that we're sort of the lonely generation. We're really part of that. I mean, I'm only 22, he's 24, and you're 21, I think. And we've grown up with social media being such a big part of our lives, whether it was in, the little bit of high school that we went to or just even in our professional lives. And it's so hard and it can be very toxic if you're addicted to it. And I've definitely had phases of that. So it's really just us opening up the conversation of, how do we find a balance between real life and digital life?
Yeah.
And we don't know what that is yet, but we feel like it kind of just accurately described how everyone's been feeling and that really desired to connect with each other in a really substantial way that I think a lot of us are missing right now.
I think everybody goes through that because we all want to present our best selves. Like, I'm having a better day than you are.
Yep.
But then there's also something very powerful about being vulnerable, too. One thing that I have just started doing, because we go through that, too, as a show.
Oh, yeah.
Where we have, we've got our personal accounts, and then we have our big Marcus and Sandy verified account, and we feel the need to populate it because, I'll be honest, our bosses yell at us if we don't.
Yep.
The last couple of days, I've just decided I'm going to, if I see something hilarious, I'm just going to Instagram story it. So yesterday, one of our coworkers was eating hot Cheetos with chopsticks.
I do that.
I thought that was hilarious.
You do that?
When did that
You don't
start?
get Cheeto dust?
I get you don't get it on your finger.
That is a
Well, with
life
the
hack for the
coronavirus,
ages.
maybe that's actually a good hack.
A buddy of mine a few weeks ago just was like, I had like a party. He brought hot Cheeto Puffs, and he did that with the chopsticks.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, it's great. I'm like, what? And now I do it. I like for days after I was sitting in bed with a bowl of hot Cheetos.
That is
Chopsticks,
hysterical. And
tossing them in.
selfishly, I was like, that's weird, but I'm like, wait, saving the fingers and also portion control.
Thank you.
You know, I would eat those in a second if I was with my hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take you a minute.
And if you're eating with your hands, think like all the coronavirus stuff. Like you don't want to
No. Germs.
fingers and then touch people.
Oh, yeah.
It takes,
Especially with the bowl of stuff.
it takes a split-second moment
the bowl.
to like back it up and go, hey, I should video that.
That's a good.
Because
I like
people,
that.
this morning, I walked into the men's room and the automatic soap dispenser was just randomly firing off.
No.
Really?
As if possessed by a demon.
It's a little creepy.
And I was like staring at it and it just kind of kept going. "Vroot, vroot." So I
That's a very
Instagram storied
accurate
that.
sound.
You know
That
what I mean?
sounded just like an automatic soap dispenser.
It's
You're good at
only
that.
creepy when you're filming it and it's shooting out this white substance. That's weird. And then one of your coworkers walks in and wonders what the
what
hell
are
you're
you
doing in the
doing?
men's room. But so I'm sorry. That is for me when I'm not inspired to
Yes.
be the subject of whatever I'm social.
But
Right.
that's what people want.
Yeah.
People
The dumb
connect with
stuff.
your music, but they love to know who you are as people.
Yes.
What do they like to eat? The chopsticks thing is so cool to know. Like it's a
Yeah, we gotta
a
film
little
that.
detail.
Right.
Yeah, totally. And I bet you anything there's other people who do that. Like I wouldn't have thought of that, but he said it, then you do it. Who knows who else does it?
I know. I'm really interested now. We have to do a little poll.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
That
little
shows you could
eclectic
do
traits.
whatever. Yeah,
I
you
always-
can do anything.
I like to ask people who have a big social media imprint, like, how do you guys deal with trolls? Because I know, like,
Good question.
the average person, we all go through it, right?
Yeah.
We posted something a couple of days ago, pairing Girl Scout cookies with wine. Which wines go best with Girl Scout
Yeah.
cookies?
Oh, that's fun.
All of the comments super positive, and then one guy, bunch of pathetic drunks, and I stared at that and I'm like, really, bro?
You're like, geez.
Like, how do you guys deal with it? Because obviously your footprint is exponential to the average person.
You know, it's an interesting thing to navigate. You know, I don't know. It's just hard to say because it kind of just depends. But in general, someone who's willing to troll you, quote unquote, is, you know, it's usually for no reason. You know, they'll randomly say, they'll just project what's going on in their life or
Right.
something that they've seen in maybe their family or something. But
Or they're
even if
having a bad day and they happen to be looking at your feed in that second and something snapped.
yeah, and they're like, you're ugly.
Yeah.
Or working with your family's so weird. You guys must be weird. And I'm like, just because your family might be weird, it doesn't mean
ours
that
is-
like
yeah.
we
Right.
can't be
Yeah.
not weird. I mean, we're weird in our own ways because we're like just, you know, we like to have fun and stuff, but we're
Right.
not like weird.
Yeah,
weird,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I had a girl write the other day, and she's like, just wanted to let Sandy know she looks fat in that sweater.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
reading it, and I wrote her back. I'm like, how do I like let her know, like acknowledge?
Yeah,
But
what did you say?
I said, hey, thanks for letting me know. Really appreciate it. And she wrote back anytime with a heart. I'm like,
Like, it
"Oh."
actually
Not
came from a
anytime.
place of love.
No, not anytime. I'm like, no,
Interesting.
that
You're
should
like,
be the
wait,
one time.
actually, no, yeah. You're like, I'm not inviting you to always tell me that.
But then I was like, wait, maybe she really thought she was being helpful. But I was
That's
like,
interesting. That's an interesting twist on it because there are some things. I mean, saying
Right.
someone's ugly is never helpful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But maybe something like that, I guess, you know, could be helpful. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you have to
It's
kind of
just
see where
hard
they're
when
coming
you see
from.
it in text. You don't know the tone. You don't know the person.
No, you have no
But
idea.
you really have to build up some armor within yourself because I really feel like as the more you deal with the public, you can't control any of that.
Yeah,
So
and I'm
all
not
you can-
afraid to delete
Good for you.
comments.
Good for
know,
you.
and if
That's
someone's
healthy.
like awful, I mean, you get awful people, and you know they'll send you an appropriate thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I will block you.
Good.
I have no
Right.
shame because I'm like, I don't want you. Again, like I said with our fandom, quote unquote. I
Right.
mean, I want it to be a safe place for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone uses like really disgusting language on my stuff, I'm gonna delete it. And if it's bad enough, I'll block you. I don't.
Right.
You're not welcome to
Good
do that here. You
well,
know,
yeah,
so
because it's not just music. You're creating an atmosphere.
right.
You're creating
So
a
much more,
space
yeah.
for people when they look at you online. Because unless they're seeing you in a show, everything's on your phone or on the computer. So
Yep.
it's like you want to make sure everyone feels good.
Yeah,
while
and
they're
that can be
looking at
very
stuff.
dangerous, you know, and they can be mean to each other there. And I don't know, I just don't want to encourage
So do you
it,
guys
so.
address trolls or do you just leave
Not
it alone
usually.
and let
Usually it's just like ignore.
Usually I
Ignore,
don't.
right?
Yeah, you don't want to
Delete.
encourage it by like, well, I don't know.
I get
Some
tempted to
people do
like
that.
make fun of them back.
I
Like if
do
you're going
too.
hard on me, like a part of me, my nature wants to like go
I'm
back
the
at
worst.
it.
Well, your
you know?
human nature. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll type things sometimes, like a response. That's not even necessarily mean. It's more just like, hey, I don't know why you would say that because here's some context. You know, people, with our summer tour coming
Right.
up, they're like, how dare you not come to California? I'm like, we're coming to California right now, first off. And
Yeah.
we're going to cities, in Montana that never get bans. Let's
Yeah.
just be happy for them and grateful that they get to have some concerts.
Yeah.
We're doing a whole month of concerts in places that rarely get bands coming through.
That's
Let's just be
awesome.
grateful for them. And someone was like, this is the lamest thing I've ever seen. You're not coming to LA. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was about to say something and I deleted it. And I was just like, you know what? It's okay.
It's good
You know?
self-control.
I mean,
Hard
you
to
can still
rise
say
above
something
sometimes,
nice.
though. Hard to rise above.
There was another person who said something. I was like, oh, by the way, we're like coming there on Friday or whatever. You just can be
Yeah.
nice or whatever.
never
Right.
know.
We
I
just
don't
talked
know.
about that today about like how you go places. It's different if you're on tour, but like if you check in anywhere,
Yeah.
inevitably someone, and especially if they're close to you or they're a friend, they get mad at you for not contacting them, and it's like I don't want to. It's not like nothing, no personal feelings, but I already had an agenda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People
Little
are so
busy.
sensitive about that.
People are very sensitive.
Especially when you're on tour
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
okay.
going to like 30 cities in a month.
And they're like, why didn't
And
you
they're
invite
like,
me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to text the 100 people I know from like
Thanks for
all
the
cities
invite.
we're going to like just so you know on this day. I'm like, you just follow me on social media. You'll see I'm on tour.
We
You can
post.
text me. I can
it.
get you into
That's
the
what
show.
a
We can
website is
hang.
for. It's like
Just
if
too
you're
much
curious,
work.
here's the tour.
Yeah, and let me know if you'd like to come to
Yeah.
Salt Lake City or
Yeah.
whatever,
Look
but
you
it's
up.
hard to remember.
Oh, I saw you guys just went there, didn't you, Salt Lake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Oh
I
my
love
gosh. It
Salt
was
Lake.
actually, I think, the best crowd of the entire tour.
Oh, how
Really?
cool.
Yep. They're
Just the most energetic, the most.
So, I
animate.
mean, we've had amazing crowds the whole time,
Okay.
but that one was extra. Like, oh,
Special.
they were so special. And there were people who drove like 12 hours from Canada to
Yeah, that
come.
was
And there was like this huge
Oh,
group of them, and they
wow.
like brought extra energy, which then made the rest of the crowd have this like awesome energy. It was really cool. I love it over there.
I need
That's
some
really cool.
professional advice that I just thought of here, and I think, okay, so you guys are big time performers, world famous rock band. I have a friend who does comedy, and sometimes when she goes on the road to say Reno or Carson City,
Your face.
just hang on,
She knows where this is
So
going.
awkward.
just hang on. Might be somebody in this room, but she'll have like 20 friends come out, and she
wow,
feels
that's a lot
the
of
need to
friends.
hang out with all of them. How do you politely tell your friends that you don't have the time, that you're working and you're busy, without hurting their feelings?
Okay, can I just say really quick? The fact that you have 20 friends, I mean, that's a good problem.
I mean, but like, define the word friend. I mean,
Okay,
you know what I mean? Is it someone I
Gotcha.
text every day? No, it's
Someone you went to high school
supporting
with, whenever.
friend.
Gotcha.
Fans, friends, a little bit of both.
Okay, well, you just have to make some good boundaries for yourself and kind of
Yes.
just decide. I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird, but just decide who's most important for you to spend time with. Because obviously, if you hung out in a group of 20 people, you're going to get zero quality time with
Right.
Yeah.
any of them. Which, if you want to do that kind of thing, then do that.
But everybody wants to stop and have a drink and let's do a dinner.
Sounds
Yeah.
like 20
Do you guys
drinks
go
and you're
through
going to
that
feel
too?
sick.
Where
I think it's like
it's
sometimes-
all
I
from a
don't know.
good place.
Sure.
They want to
Yeah.
hang out, but I don't think they understand. A lot of people, if you're not a performer, it's not just the show.
Yeah,
It's the
leading-
driving. It's
yeah.
the rehearsing. It's
Leading
the,
up to it.
Well,
the
so
feeling,
today
getting ready.
we're here this morning. And we're
Exactly.
going to be doing stuff till 11 p.m. tonight.
That's what
You
I
know,
mean.
it's like
This is a 100%
13-hour day.
full
And if I
day for
have
you.
a moment, I'm taking a nap.
Yes,
I can't
as you
socialize and then
should.
have a less great show because I'm tired because I hung out with a friend.
How do you
for a
tell
second.
somebody that?
I just am
Running
honest.
and hiding is good.
No, you avoid things. I'm not afraid to be like, listen, I'm so tired and I just can't. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
If you say it nice, I mean, if they get mad at that, that's their own problem.
Right.
But you just say it really nice and you just are honest. I think if you're honest instead of being like, oh, well, maybe I'll see you later and then you never get back to them, I
Right.
think that's worse. I think just being straightforward and sweet about it.
Yeah.
They
should respect it.
They should get it. And if they don't, then, I mean, you
a lot
can't
of people just
feel too
ignore
bad.
it though.
What are you guys like after your shows, though? Do you like to wind down with like a drink maybe or a snack, or are you tired?
It depends. I mean,
Depends.
sometimes we're really hungry because
Yeah.
you're on stage for like an hour and 10
Totally.
minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Jumping around.
That's good cardio.
Burning calories, yeah, I mean, sometimes you want to go eat and you go, I don't know, get boba or something.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
Boba tea, you're in the
Depends.
right
It depends if
place.
friends are in town. Like if
Yeah.
I do want to hang out with a friend, it's usually like, okay, let's hang out after.
Yeah.
Because then I know that everything is done.
You know what's funny is the really non-rock star moments where you think back to your show and you're on stage and everyone's rocking out, and then you're either in your hotel or maybe a tour bus and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm in my PJs
Yep.
on my phone just like everyone else. You
Yeah,
know?
no, I change into my PJs within probably, I don't know, what would you say? Less than 5 minutes?
Wow, she's ready to go.
Maybe 10. Yeah,
Getting
I
to
like
the
take
bus,
my
you know,
heels
it
off
takes
as
time.
you get to the bus. But once I get in the bus,
She's
I'm like,
changed.
change right away. Even if we go do something, I am out of my outfit and wearing at least, leggings, if not sweatpants, and I'm ready to go if we're going to do something.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by the amount of stuff you guys have put on your plate this year. Like, whose idea was it to start a record label, release an album, go on tour, a couple of songs, let's do some music videos? I realize that's what you do for work, and I use the term loosely, but not really. I mean, it's hard work. Right. Was this just one creative explosion after the other, and then you just had to put it on the timeline, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we had an album done.
Right.
And we're like, well, let's do some videos. Okay, let's do a video for every single song. Okay, 12 videos later. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Half them are out, a little over.
Yeah, we have one coming out. What day is it today?
Thursday.
We have one coming out today.
Oh, is it today?
No.
Today's Thursday?
No. Isn't Thursday when the
Yes,
single
thank you.
comes
I was
out?
like, wait, today's Thursday already? Oh, shoot, I forgot to post about it.
Hold on, let me do it. The new single, Everyone Cries, out this Thursday.
Nice.
Thank you.
At 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you.
Yes. So on Tuesday or Thursday. Oh my gosh, guys, I cannot get my days right. Another video comes out, and then we still have 4 more after that.
4 or 5, yeah.
Wow.
4 or 5. Yeah. So we did that, and then of course made our own label and all that, which just felt like the natural progression that we needed for this phase. So I'm really excited to. Just keep going on it. I mean, it's crazy
almost like
year,
a ball
but
just kind of goes on its own after, you know what I mean, the album and now the tour. And then, so tonight you're at August Hall, is it?
Yes.
August
good
Hall.
job.
Second to last show.
Yeah.
Where's your final show?
LA.
Okay.
And
And
That's what I'm
home,
saying.
right?
That's a homecoming show,
yeah,
right?
which
Okay.
is always cool to end in LA.
Yeah, that is nice.
Sit
And then
in
the
your own
summer
bed.
tour starts off when?
I think June. Something?
July.
Okay.
Oh, July?
July to August.
See, I don't know my
Okay.
schedule. I don't know.
That's all right.
That's why we have people.
2nd July.
It should be on echosmith.com.
It's on your website.
Yeah.
Find them on Instagram. Right.
Yes, no, it'll be really fun. I'm excited to go to places I've
Never seen?
never been.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. I'm like, I want to go, I don't know, ride a horse in Montana.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
is this the tiny town tour where you headline in Kalispell or someplace?
That's the best.
No, honestly.
I've never even heard of that. Is that a place?
It's in Montana. You're welcome.
Oh, cool. I think we're playing Missoula.
Missoula. Okay.
Is that Montana?
Yes, it is.
See, okay, there we go. I did
You're
something.
doing great.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun to just kind of explore wherever
Sure.
we're at. We do have a show in Salt Lake City, for example. So
Yeah.
there are some that are more major cities, but
Yeah.
aside from that, I'm excited to just hang out and see what to do in Corpus Christi, Texas, you
Yes.
know?
Go
or
to the
things like
beach.
that. Yeah.
All
do
that.
things.
I think
don't
it's just a
know.
new way to experience
Eat food.
life, another slice of life, that you might not have been
Yeah.
able to see had you not had this tour.
100%. No,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful, and a lot of people never get to go to these places.
Yay.
So
It's a win-win for everyone.
I always look at it that
Yes.
way, and then you get that realization sometimes in certain parts of the country that every little town is the same. Sometimes. I realize there are redeeming factors to every little town, but sometimes you're like, oh, God, another strip mall. Okay.
yeah, another strip mall with, I don't know, Applebee's and
Well,
Chili's and
yeah,
stuff
like if
that.
you could take the same mall and put it in any town and not know the difference, like that.
Well, I'm all about the small town home cooked meals from
Yeah,
a
like a
mom
good
and pop
diner.
restaurant.
Oh.
Yes.
I
Somebody
love
just
good
had her
diner,
first
eggs and
Waffle
bacon.
House experience.
I did. I'd never been to a Waffle House.
I wear a Waffle House sweatshirt every day.
You do?
I'm not. I was wearing one this morning.
Oh my gosh.
I had to change into this outfit. Ugh.
Oh, what
I
a
love
bummer.
Waffle
I'm sorry we made you do that.
I know,
Don't
that's a
ever
lot.
feel like you need to change for us.
We love.
Really?
Oh,
the
that
next
is
time
so
you
sweet.
come
What a
in,
lesson.
I want you to wear something Waffle House.
I will. I'll wear everything Waffle House.
We got a
Oh
lot
my
of
gosh,
swag
the
from them.
I
We're
have a
friends with
hat.
Waffle House.
No way.
Yeah, they're
We are.
I
We
did a
got
road
a
trip
lot
from
of merch.
Asheville, North Carolina to Nashville, Tennessee by myself last
Good
summer.
time to do
Oh my
that.
gosh,
It was
that's
really fun. I loved
I'm impressed.
Thank you. I
Good
love
for you.
it.
You're so
Smoky Mountains and everything. But it was so sad because I had all these exotic waterfalls and hikes. But my one thing I would not say I couldnn't not do is the Waffle House
Yeah.
because we don't have it out here.
You
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
You have to
So
drive really far.
good.
Yeah.
Arizona has one. But
They
like,
do?
Do
so
they?
far.
I'm driving
Yeah.
to Arizona
Phoenix.
next weekend. Maybe
You should
I'll.
go.
Have you guys had Cracker Barrel?
Yes,
That's really good too.
love it.
I'm
What
sorry.
is it like the steamed apple or baked apples, like the little side of?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Next level, right?
Well,
I
we're
just-
now
we love
2
food.
degrees of separation away from the Waffle House, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Wow.
wait, have you been?
never had?
I have not. I have
Gotta
not.
go.
Marcus,
We
This
have
is
a
what we
free
call
waffle gift card.
bougie.
We should give to you.
No, I have two levels of dining. It's either not 5-star, but
Nice.
super
Yeah.
bougie nice, or I'm face down at Taco Bell
Right.
and or
Nothing in between.
nothing in between. I don't
He
know
doesn't
why.
eat what us commoners eat.
No, it's not even that.
He doesn't go to Chili's.
Well, the thing is, when you go
He's above
mid-range,
it.
they try to tell you it's healthy, but it's
Right.
not. Like
Yeah.
at least
Yeah, but you
Taco
go
Bell
in
doesn't
knowing
lie
that.
to you.
It is healthy.
You go in knowing.
Is it though?
What?
See,
Tell me about
If you
it.
tell yourself in your mind
The
that
taco salad there. it is-
oh, okay.
Where?
Are you getting a
At Taco
salad there?
Bell.
Okay.
Taco salad?
Yes.
It is really good.
Really?
Graham has a point because
Is it on the shell though?
Yes.
we're going way off
That's
into
not
the
healthy.
weeds,
Eat the
but
shell. Maybe you shouldn't eat the
they
shell.
hired a special chef to make a healthy menu. So respect, Graham. But the mid-range places, they'll sit there and tell you this is the heart healthy menu, but then you read like the sodium content and stuff. Again, I'm nerding out way
Such a
too
downer
hard.
right now.
Sorry,
I'm
but
like,
I'm saying like
"Jeez."
fast food doesn't lie to you. Fast food
This
goes,
is true.
this is crap.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
against
eat it.
fast food.
I love fast
I'm
food.
I'm all for it. We had McDonald's after a show recently, and it was cool. We got to walk through the drive-thru because it was closed, and it was
Yummy.
pretty good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Pretty great.
That's part of life, you know? It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
90
Slice of
10,
life.
and the 10 is all McMuffins.
I love
so
it.
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
yes.
a sausage McGriddle.
Chicken sandwich.
Oh, speaking my
Guys,
language.
I'm hungry.
I know. This isn't
We
right.
get a
He
number
hasn't
2 with an
eaten
extra
yet. That's why.
cheeseburger,
This is the problem.
fresh fries.
All right.
Echosmith is
they need to
here.
perform because they need to eat.
True.
Get us out.
The new single comes out Thursday. That's 2 days away. It's called Everyone Cries. The album is called Lonely Generation.
Yes.
They've got their own record label now. Go be part of the Echosmith fandom tonight at August Hall in San Francisco, which is a fun place to see a show. And you can get there by BART. There is no reason you shouldn't come out.
Yes, I just learned about Bart.
Yeah,
My friend Bart.
Yep.
Good old Bart.
love it.
And what is do you have a favorite social you're on most, or is it just kind of all
Yeah,
of them?
where should we follow you guys?
Check them all out.
Check them all out. But we're usually always on, Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
And Facebook too.
You guys pretty
Everything's
active
at
on there?
Echosmith.
Like
Yeah, we're
responding and
pretty.
whatnot?
Yeah, we respond to as many DMs as possible and all that stuff. So we're very involved with.
I
our
love
fans
it.
On there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is your new single, Diamonds.
Yes.
Yay.
Thanks
Love
for coming
it.
in,
Thank you so much,
Thank you
guys.
guys.
Yeah.